Hey friends, good morning. Oh, there's a sweet little bird singing out here. I wanted to take the time to tell you 5 things, and so I'll do one each day, but just the 5 things I wish I had known that I didn't know until I discovered life coaching and how it's totally changed my life. And the first one is that your thoughts are not truth. Now, for some of you, that might be really obvious and you know that, or for some of you, you might be like, no, like my thoughts are truth. And here's what I didn't understand is that my thoughts, I just believed my thoughts. I always, like, whatever I thought, like, and especially if I had a thought I didn't like, it was like, oh my gosh, don't think that. I had to like resist that thought. I wanted to get rid of it because my thoughts meant truth to me. And here's the thing, your thoughts will be what's true for you, but they're always optional. They're not the literal truth. They're not what is, it's what you are deciding is. So we think we're just, stating the facts about something. Like, let's do something simple. Like, I don't like that person, like you hear that all the time. People just stating it like it's a fact, but it's always optional. Like, your thoughts are never the literal truth. They are what you are choosing to believe. It's what you're choosing to be true for you. And this was like such good news for me because I was having a lot of really negative thoughts. I was having like so much self-hate and self-criticism, and I was really down and out on myself. And I had so much judgment on other people. I had gotten to a place where I was just like mad at all the people for all the things because I felt like I wasn't being treated how I wanted to be treated. But the truth was, I had a lot of negative thinking that I was believing and not questioning. I wasn't questioning my thoughts. I thought my thoughts were just the truth. And like growing up, I was taught to be very afraid of my thinking because, like, I'm sure you've all read this verse in the Bible where Jesus talks about, like, if you lust after a woman, you've committed adultery with her in your heart. And so that always made me super afraid of my thoughts. And what I missed out on this, she's right there. What I missed out on because of this was the willingness to just let the thought be there so that I could actually question it, for me to have the awareness of the thought. Instead, I just spent so much time being like, oh my gosh, like I'm having a bad thought, like God forgive me. And really, in trying to get rid of the thought like perpetuated. It grew, and you felt like, oh my gosh, like Satan's just, tempting me with this thing or whatever the situation is. But it was because there was all this fear of having the thought in the first place. If I had just known that my thoughts don't mean anything, my thoughts are just sentences that my brain produced, it would have allowed me to just observe them. You are not your thoughts. You're the watcher of your thoughts. And so that means you get to decide what you want to think. You can take every thought and just look at it, like really notice it and decide, do I want to keep this thought? Do I want to let this thought go? Do I want to change it? What do I want to do here and why? Really powerful. When you take the time to do that work, you no longer have to be like a victim to your own thinking. You no longer have to be afraid of your thoughts. You actually get to create the thoughts you want to have. You get to decide what you want to believe, how you want to, what you want to show up. Like, even the thought, like, oh, I can't do that. Like, really? Like, I remember thinking, like, oh, I'm just not a person who posts on social media. And then it's like, why? If I have something I want to say, why wouldn't I say it? But I had to be willing to question my thoughts I had about posting on social media. I had a lot of negative thoughts, and I've changed those thoughts. I've decided those thoughts were no longer useful, and I can create new thoughts. So that's the first thing I wish someone would have told me. Friend, your thoughts are always optional. Your thoughts are not the literal truth. They're not always the facts. You get to think intentionally. All right, I love you. Have an amazing day. Bye.